Welcome to the Hero Hub podcast, where we explore the journeys of the industry innovators, trailblazers, and game changers who are shaping the future of vehicles and equipment. Whether you're here for cutting-edge tech, business strategies, or simple love of the ride, this is where you'll find the inspiration to fuel your journey.
So just supporting everything, continue to grow. Got bought actually by a family member. It's been 13 years now, and I came on with him, and then we just been keep moving forward with it for marketing. So we planned on that kind of coming in and helping. I mean, it's been some of that, but it's been a lot of everything, honestly, with the small business. Doing a little bit of everything. We've actually hired some other people that do marketing stuff for us now, so it helps out. Everything that you do, it affects everyone that you works with life too. So you really, it's not just a big group and a big number. Everything that you do affects all your coworkers, and you get close with those people. We're like a family.
What keeps you going?
It was not like that in my previous job. It was just going to work and going home, and you feel a lot more. You're bringing joy to people's lives. I mean, we sell a good time. Yeah.
What makes your dealership different from other dealerships?
I mean, we try to be more personable. We try to go above and beyond, not try to cut corners. From what we hear from a lot of other from people coming in, people are just happy to be talked to like they're a human being and seen while they're in the showroom and help, at least ask for help if they need it. Just doing your job, doing the things that you need that everyone needs to do is really all you need to do. You don't even need to go and above and beyond. You just need to do the things that you're expected to do. Just do what you're supposed to, and it'll all fall together. A lot of people don't want to, whether it's speak to people in person, they want to, like, I don't know, hide behind messages or stuff. But when people come in, actually engaging with people and showing that, it makes a big difference.
It's time for good review, bad review. We've researched your dealership and pulled a 1-star review and a 5-star review. How would you handle these situations? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Jared says this place should close down. They won't work on a boat we bought from them because it's too old now. Great way to support those who supported you. Their store is dirty and outdated. Don't waste your time going here, unless you want to overpay for bad service. I've been buying supplies for boats and snowmobiles from here since the early 90s. Never again. How do you respond to a bad customer review like this?
In the marine industry in general, you got people with boats, and it's like this with anything. You have some for so long, it does not run the same. So it's pretty common in the marine industry that at a certain day you cut off of working on it in the shop, because whether it's 30 years old or 45 years old, when they pick it up, they think it's going to run like it's 1 day old, and that's not the case. So we just have certain dates or years that we've cut off to prevent, because honestly, whenever it happens, that's when the negative stuff comes in, when you're not giving people exactly what they want, or like bowing down to their requests when it is something that we're just not willing to work on at this point just because of the age. But it really comes down to that. We want to accommodate everybody. But from over the years since we've been here, it's been the same thing. So we've put these things in place to prevent these type of reviews.
It sounds like a no-win scenario. If you don't
It
help
is.
them, you get a 1-star review. If you do help them, you get a 1-star review.
Yeah. You help them and it doesn't run like it's brand new, you get a 1-star review. You help them and you can't fix the problem because you can't find parts because it's too old, and you still get a 1-star review. So we honestly try to avoid the older stuff because of that, and not appease everybody, but we try.
This 5-star review is pretty great, and this one cracked me up a little bit just because you can tell the personality of the person who left it for you. This is Tom. I'm not one to give a lot of accolades to someone for doing their job. I work every day on my farm with little or no praise. Schnelkers did the repairs at a reasonable cost with no surprises. That is more than you can expect from most businesses in the environment we live in. How do you train to make that happen?
Well, this post is what we strive for, okay, of doing the right thing, not trying to take an advantage of people, trying to get repeat customers back. We're not the one-time shop. We are bringing people back. We want people to return. We want people to tell everybody they know that they had a good experience and that we took care of them. This post is exactly what we strive for. The first post is what we try to avoid, but in some cases we cannot avoid.
What's something that happens every day that people maybe don't see behind the showroom floor? What do you think would surprise them?
All the little stuff that it takes to actually make it happen, whether it's, detailing stuff on the showroom, getting stuff ready for the showroom, stocking the shelves, cleaning the bathrooms, all the little stuff that when you have 10 people, one of the 10, we just have to split it up and doing little things like that. So you got your normal jobs. We're trying to help every customer coming in, but trying to make it presentable and keep it presentable is something that we all have to take on together. So we've updated some stuff. That first review was probably from before, because when I said 1964, it was an older business. So we've updated some stuff over the last couple of years, and it has made a big difference. It does make a big difference, but we came in with an older building. It's just been a time-consuming thing to
Yeah.
update it to what we needed. Over the years, seen businesses go under from trying to put up these $3 million buildings and then you can't pay for it. Taking a safer approach to it.
How do you balance work and family life?
We try to, with it being small business and everything, family is important to us. So I try to go to my kids' things. I want everybody else to go to their kids' things. It's important to us. We make a point of it. Terry, the owner, and myself both push for people to do that stuff, whether people are covering for others. We're actually very good here with accommodating that for everyone. And then we close Sundays and Mondays. We used to be open Mondays too, but we get that 2 day window to where you get some family time. But I mean, we're open during prime time, and then we get home late half the time when our kids are going to go to bed. So, but making time is very important, definitely.
If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice, professionally or personally, what would you tell yourself?
Probably would have started the small business sooner. I mean, because I was in the corporate world for 10 years, so that delayed 10 years of everything else moving forward. So if I would have known that in the beginning, I would have started off with something that I could have made into what I wanted it to be versus just being a part of something bigger.
Tell me about a change that you've seen in the industry since you started.
Oh, I mean, everything is doubled in price over the last 10 plus years, but it's not slowing people down, it seems. That's the craziest thing of the cost of stuff. When we came in, I was like, man, some of this stuff is expensive. Well, where $25,000 used to get you the top of the line is now $50,000 in a lot of machines. So that's been the most surprising, but people just are not slowing down and they're not going to make it cheaper or stop making it more expensive until that happens. Sleds used to be about like 12, 13,000. You could get the top of the line. Now for one of those Boost or 9Rs, you're like 25,000. For us, we're in a state where you get like 3, 4 months of riding maybe, and you have to travel to get it because we barely get snow. It's a tougher sell on stuff like that, but you got some dedicated guys in the snowmobile world they're driving 8 to 12 hours. It doesn't matter.
Can you share a memorable customer story that's really stuck with you over the years?
I mean, well, there's been so many stories over the years, stories of the previous family that ran it before. Actually, that's one thing. So one of the things that when the business was bought, it was ran before by three brothers, and which were up in their late 60s to 70s at the time when they sold. So at that point, they've been three brothers had been working together for 30 plus years. How they did that, I have no idea. There's no way I'm working with my brothers for 30 years every day of my life. So they sold, and over the time, they eventually got a little grouchy in their time. So they kind of hurt the business name with that. So then when Terry bought the business, it was us building it back up. But over the years, we've heard so many stories of customers coming in and the mom and dad used to actually be here too. And if you came in at lunchtime, you weren't talking to those boys. It was lunchtime and you had to wait until lunch was over. They had a stove and everything in the corner that mom used to make them food every day. It was crazy. But it's those are the best ones. The crazy stories coming in from customers like 20, 30 years ago is the funniest that we get.
Last question here. We love to get a gauge on how people in our 20 group are doing. Tell me about your experience and how it's made a difference for you personally, professionally.
I really like it. I think it's been very beneficial in the aspects of you're getting to see other businesses' best practices, kind of bouncing things off one another. I mean, I do wish there was more time that we could do it just so I could get more out of it. I need to focus in and get on like the site and search around there more. But I really like just sharing best practices, kind of hearing whatever other people do, because then I'm writing it down, and then after the meetings, I'm going and researching these different like sites that people are trying to sell stuff on, trying to increase like our online sales. So just picking everybody else's brains and just soaking everything up has just been very beneficial because you're hearing everybody else what works for them. And it may not work for us, but there's plenty of things that will work for us and are going to help business and increase sales and profitability overall.
Is there something specific that you've done recently?
That we've really started trying to work on like the eBay and online sales, doing that stuff to get rid of some old inventory. It's probably been maybe a couple months since we did that, but we've been slowly separating stuff. We have an area with some eBay stuff. We've had a guy that's been putting stuff on. So getting that set up, getting that streamlined, getting some of the old inventory out, just getting some dead money back.
Well, thank you so much to our guests for joining us today, and a huge thank you to our listeners for tuning in. I hope you found today's conversation insightful and inspiring. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others in the powersports industry. We're excited to see you at the next one.